Hi everyone, it's Ashley and welcome back to Beyond Intuition Part 2. If you guys haven't seen Part 1, definitely feel free to go check it out. It's on SoundCloud, where I talk about my journey with tarot cards, how I got started, some advice for some beginners. But today in Part 2, we're actually going to be looking at an up-close and personal tarot reading that I did with my mom. So if that is something that interests you, then stay tuned. Okay, so this is my mother, my lovely mom, and today we're going to be doing a tarot reading with my mom. Okay, so how I do it, and I'm using the Everyday Tarot deck, but pretty much what I do is I shuffle, and I have you tell me when you want me to stop based on your intuition, and then I do a different form of shuffling where I let the cards come out, and you'll see they will fly out of the deck. Whatever cards come out are the ones that I take, depending on what question you have, whether that's like what's in your future or asking about like advice or anything like that. I know that you have my mom is a medium, like low key, like high key. You know, I come from a family of psychics, so and people that deal with the occult. So is there any like cool medium stories that you have while I'm shuffling for you?
I'll start by one that has to do with a friend of mine, because I think it's one of the most interesting. His wife's grandfather was confronted by this woman who wanted to steal his house and his identity and just basically steal everything he had worked for his whole life. And within 2 weeks, she became power of attorney, took possession of the house, refused to allow any family to visit him, and refused all of the medical care he needed to live. Yeah. And she was a complete stranger a month before that. Mm-hmm. And there was nothing they could do because he had signed over durable power of attorney to this woman. So she took everything he had under a false identity. Well, all I knew was that they were trying to work with an attorney to be able to go see him as he was dying, and he didn't have to die. I mean, she refused the medical care to keep him alive, and that's why he died. There was nothing really wrong with him.
Yeah.
So anyway, I knew about this, but I didn't really know a lot of details about it. And I was cooking in the kitchen for hours. Mm-hmm. And just really zoning out, which is when all these things always come to me. But this woman came to me, this small Spanish woman, and I could see her face. And she couldn't talk to me because she only spoke Spanish. So she showed me pictures, and she showed me the woman that stole all this stuff from him and then told me her name.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what is this? So I just wrote the name down, and I can still remember the faces. I can remember the face and it was Mitzi's grandmother, who had already passed, who showed me this woman's picture.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me that's not crazy.
No, it is. That is crazy.
And I called Brian and said, her name is really this. And he was like, no, it's this. And then later on, he called me and said, yeah, the attorney found out that she was using an alias.
That's insane. All right, so let me know when you want me to stop shuffling.
Right now, stop.
Okay, I've been shuffling the fastest minute.
Okay, so my biggest question is, and I thought of this morning, do we try to hold on to this building or do we put it up for sale?
All right, fair. Should my mom keep the building or let it go? See, they just turn in the thing and then I gotta like fix it and figure it out. Let's see. So we have King of Pentacles, King of Wands, Page of Wands. Okay. And then keep the building or let it go. Okay. Okay. One more. Okay. Fair. All right. Let's see what we got. So right off the bat with like these three, I mean, obviously I know that the building is a business venture, right? Because
Right.
I'm your daughter. However, both these cards talk about owning a business and kind of stepping into like a leadership position. And they're talking about managing wealth. So when these come out like forward like this, it's pretty good because they're like these strong, kind of centered cards, especially Pentacles, which is usually like dealing with money. It kind of means like a good way of managing your finances. Like, I think that you might have money coming to you, or a better way of managing your money to a way where you can keep it. The Page of Wands is also like, there could be something new that's better though at the same time. Like, I think that obviously you're really good at managing what you have going on and like managing your properties, managing your wealth, but there could be something better than that building that could come within like the next year. The Three of Swords kind of, it could be like almost you're being held back by it, if that makes sense. Because the Magician,
By what? By owning the building?
by owning the building.
Yeah.
When you have the Magician card, that's like creating something new out of, it's like this new opportunity. Like, you have multiple cards that are like new opportunities emerging. So when you have the Magician card, which is like taking action, manifesting your goals, like I feel like these two in the center are kind of like, it could be hindering your opportunity to make more money or to do something better by holding it. It's like all of these cards are so determined, you know? And I know that you have that energy already because you're my mom, you know? So I know how determined you guys are and how hardworking and like you can see things through, but I also feel like this could be kind of hindering. And then you have like the Seven of Wands card, not wands, Seven of Swords, which is usually like a burden kind of energy. And I feel like it could be a burden on you that if you took away could create more financial abundance. I want to see if there's any other cards like clarifying. Yeah. Let's see. Boom. Page of Cups. And this one is reversed as well. Three of Wands. Okay. Like, this card that came out is almost like you're playing it safe, but limiting what opportunities you could have later on. Yeah. See, what I'm getting from this off the bat is like, you're hardworking enough and determined enough that you could get rid of that and get something better and have something more financially stable and like growing, rather than something that's like holding you back. Because both of these cards are like, this is holding you back from moving into a better headspace and a better opportunity.
Yep, I feel that way. Do you see us retiring early?
Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't always have good answers. So I'm just going to say that in advance as a warning, because from what I can see without like reading interpretations of cards, it doesn't look as positive as I would like to tell you it is.
Okay.
Fair. From what I can see, no. It just, because when you're looking at cards like the Five of Cups, which is like a disappointing situation, it's like not getting caught up in disappointment and things that you would see as being disappointing, because there's probably a reason for it. But with like this card in reverse, this card in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it's all talking about like like these cards are usually something that deals with emotional instability or some sort of instability within the family or work. I think from what this is saying, if you're in the company you're in right now, you're not going to retire early. Maybe something like social, you know? Like something like a creative project that's more social and more like talkative, more communicative, more inclusive, but you're still in like a leadership position. So I think that would bring you more success than where you're at right now, because currently there's like this major disconnect emotionally where you're at. I
Yeah.
think in this.
Yes, there is. And that is the worst part about what I do, is that I'm a social person
Yeah.
and there's no social anything. And I've been doing this for over 20 years, like a hermit.
Yeah. Because when I asked like about your creative project, something like very almost like communicative, very like inclusive, you have these three cards, which Ace of Wands, the Lovers, and King of Wands. King of Wands, very like a creative, talkative kind of social section. Ace of Wands in the upright position is usually like abundance. It's like everything working out. And the Lovers, I mean, it could be something with you and dad switching to a different career or a different relationship, whether that's like a friendly relationship, something that you start that could be a better opportunity. But like where you're at right now, no, like I feel like you're stuck in this thing that you really don't, I mean, yeah, it's that you really don't like care about, or like.
No, we don't really care about it. It's just to make money.
Yeah. And it feels like a burden.
We're burnt out. 20 years of running a business, just me and him, is burning us out. And
Yeah,
we don't have a big enough business to add more administrative to it. So it's just us running on a treadmill.
And you can like see that with just these cards that like literally just came out. It's like you feel, instead of like the Page of Swords, which would be in the upright, which is like charging head first into something, it's like the opposite. It's completely removed.
Yeah, because we're like,
it's like a burden.
Sick of it. We're done. Because you're like so spot on. It's crazy. You covered everything I've been thinking about for the last few weeks.
Thank you so much for doing this reading with me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, hon.
Of course.
Thanks.
So I hope you guys all enjoyed that reading. Thank you so much for watching both parts, part 1 and 2 of Beyond Intuition. Definitely make sure to give this video a like and let me know what you guys thought. For now, ciao.